What day is it today? It's sausage making day. Well, I'll show you what I use here. I cheat a bit and I buy the box of spices from, I think it's one of the Bass Pro Shops. It does 20 pounds, just a mild Italian. And then I put a little of my own Italian seasoning mix I make up myself. It's got everything from, your classic oregano, basil, garlic powder, pepper. I think I got a little bit of fennel and coriander ground up in there. Anyways, this sausage making kit actually comes with a spice bag, and they give you casings. But you know what? I like to go to the butcher shop and get the natural casings. It's $10. You can get like, oh my god, you can get so many sausage. I'm going to use maybe half of this for 20 pounds. So yeah, natural casings. Here's my deer. I throw the pork in there. About 8 pounds of deer to about 12 pounds of pork. So I'm about 60-40 mix. A little bit extra pork, just a little extra fat in there. It's just your regular old Costco pork you get in the big tube, all ground up, ready to rock. And I bought a nice little sausage press machine. So they're expensive sausages when you buy all the equipment to do it, but at the same time, you know what? I got the equipment now, and let's get her done and have some nice homemade sausage. At least you know what's going into the thing. Well, I mean, I'm not too sure what's all in this for spices, but hopefully it's just spices, not a bunch of different MSG stuff and everything else. I don't think it is, but I looked at the box. Everything looks. Jeez, guys, I'm dropping the box. Look at the box. Everything looks fairly just regular old spices. So salt, spice, garlic, vegetable powder, silicon dioxide. We're not really sure what that is, so we're going to be eating silicon dioxide somehow in these. But no, I just put a bunch of my own spices in with it, and I like a bit of a peppery, sort of almost porchetta-like sausage. So a lot of pepper, a lot of garlic, and yeah, a little bit of fennel, coriander. See how it turns out. Didn't use the whole bottle of water, but probably 3/4 of it. And this 20 pounds of meat here just loosens it up a little bit more, and it'll push it through the casing a little easier. It doesn't get watery and slimy like there's still. It's still crazy consistent, but a little bit of water in there. I worked at a meat processing place in Sudbury back when I was a kid, and they would shovel basically crushed ice in there. And as it melted, it helped loosen up the meat and helped it go through the sausage maker a lot easier. So anyways, yeah, little tip. I put a little bit of water in mine just to loosen up the meat, because it gets so sticky because there's no fat in that deer. So it becomes a real sticky meat, and a little bit of water really helps. Okay, it's mixing time. Put it all in the big green bin here. It's a little easier to move around, and I just hand mix it with a pair of good old Princess Auto grease monkey gloves. Yeah, they're handy, man. I would keep a pair in my bag especially for gutting deer and whatnot. You're not picking fat and stuff out from around your fingernails and under your fingernails. It's handy. But yeah, let's I'll get mixing here. Just keep pounding. I got mostly see the pork most of the pork's underneath it, so I'll just do this for 15-20 minutes and get all that mixed together, and we'll let her sit overnight. Alrighty, we're upstairs in my sort of disaster of a kitchen, but what I like to do is I like to give this thing. There we go. Gotta give it a taste test, just to make sure, because, well, let's maybe take a little bit more here. There we go. Fry up a little bit. Just get a little taste of her and make sure that seasoning is good. We like it. I'll let you know in a second. Is done. Cooked through nice there. Pop a chunk out here. Give it a try. Ooh. It's hot. It's hot. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's one of the best I've made in a long time. Oh, can't wait to get them into the casings. Okay, so when you get the natural casings, you'll see, look at the salt that's in here. They're packed in salt. And basically they look like big long strings. Like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a good part of them out. Leave as much salt in there as I can. And I'm going to put them in a bowl here with water and let them soak. And that'll loosen them up and I'll be able to basically feed them onto this tube. Once you feed them onto the tube, and I'll tie a little knot at the end there, and then load this thing up. Actually, I'll probably load it up with me before I start pushing on my casings. And then I put in the press. This is about a couple $100 press. You get off Amazon. It's a Master Chef thing. I don't know. Unlike myself, but no, it's I like to use the natural casings. So the process has begun. You can see I made a pile already. With these casings, you're going to feed them on. Kind of like I don't want to say a condom, but that's basically what it is. You feed them on. You see how slippery they are. You want to sort of grab a little bit of water to go inside the bubble here. It helps slide onto the shafts a lot easier. And if it does start to get kind of binding up and stuff like that, you can sort of, my hands are the darn way here. You can slide the whole thing back, put a little water on, and then slide them up, and you'll see they'll slide a lot better. But yeah, the key is keeping this thing slippery. You can see how easy it slides off there when the meat comes out. I'll try to get another video of the meat actually coming into the casing. Just give me a second here. I gotta switch hands. Okay, so it's gonna be hard to do this with one hand because normally I keep a hand on here like this, and I kind of just make sure I got enough pressure coming out of here, and this is sliding easy enough because it can get tight here. So I'm gonna give it a crank and so you can see how it comes out. There we go. That's pretty good consistency there. So I'll sort of keep going at that. I'll crank it a little faster because my hand will be there to catch it. But that's pretty much it. And I'll just keep feeding the rest of this this casing up the tube so it comes out, and it'll come off the shaft a little easier if it's closer to the end because it's a tapered shaft. So crank a little more. That's basically how you stuff a sausage casing. So when you get to this point, you're at the end. You got maybe 2 inches here. You're going to need this to tie off the end of the sausage. So this will probably make 5 to 6 sausages. Depends how long I like my sausage a little longer because I like them to fill the bun. But when you get to about here, give a pinch off, and then I'm going to tie a knot in that baby right there, and that'll be it. I'll start spinning my links, and that's how I make sausage. So also when you start, you may get a big air bubble like this. And you're going to probably get a little bit of air for a little bit of while till all the air that's trapped between the meat and here kind of gets pushed out. So I just take a needle, a real fine needle, and they just poke holes. Poke holes. And every once in a while you got to grab that needle and poke holes in your casing. You don't want to use a knife tip because it's too big and your casing will end up ripping. These just a fine little needle, just to let that little bit of air out. See, the air is pretty much almost all gone already. So it's a little tip to help you get going. Once you get going, you'll pretty much be air free, and you'll be able to push it all through. All the salt that's in the bottom. That's my last casing there. I'm gonna put some more because I've got a little bit more meat to go. But yeah, use the needle thing. It works. So that's it, folks, for making sausage. Like I said, it's a trial and error thing for you. You'll get better at it every time you do it. I'm going to leave some without casing because I like to put it in my spaghetti sauces and whatnot like that. So anyways, this is the final. Nice pile of sausage for the summertime. And I got maybe 3-4 pounds of just regular beef or just regular sausage meat without the casing, just for sauces and whatnot. That'll be a nice pile of sausage for the summertime. Can't wait to hit the grill. See you soon.